What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego back with some more boxing. So I'm back with my latest poll results, and the question was really simple. I was asking, in 2014, should Adrian Broner stay at welterweight at 147, move down to 140, or move back down to 135? As you know, he started in the lower weight division, jumped up 2 weight classes to face Paulie Malignaggi, had a tough time in a split decision in that fight. Then he decided to stick around at welter, fight Marcos Maidana. Things didn't go as planned, and Marcos Maidana beat him to a pulp. So I thought it was a fair question and a legit question to see what the fans thought. What weight, since he's young and he has some flexibility, I guess, in terms of where he could fight. According to Broner, he stated that he could still move back down to 135, and you never know because it's Adrian Broner and this is what he can do. But this is all before the Marcos Maidana fight, of course. And the results were pretty obvious. 77% of the people that voted said that Adrian Broner should indeed move back down to 140 pounds. Then 12% said he should stay at welterweight at 147, and a very close number said he should move to 135. That was 11%. So I think majority of the people that voted said he should move down to 140. 77% of the people thought that. So obviously that category won by a landslide. My thoughts on this. First of all, let me tell you some of the overall comments I was reading. Some of the comments I was reading said the people who voted he should stay at welterweight, a lot of them said he should stay there. There's no way he can make 135 anymore, and it'll look like he's running. That's another popular comment. So if he were to get beat up by Marcos Maidana at 47 and all of a sudden drop back down, then now it looks like he's scared or whatnot. Then the people that said he should move down to 140, a lot of them were saying he's not a true welterweight. He can't hang with the top welterweights. He can't deal with the power of the top welterweights. And overall, he just is not a good welterweight. He's not going to be a good welterweight, so he should play it safe, move back down. And then the 11% of people that said 135, some people were just like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Why try to force the higher weights when you were successful in the 30s? So that's the overall consensus of the things that I was reading. My individual thoughts on this. It's a toss-up. It's either 140 or 147 in my opinion. I think he should stay around one of there. But it's kind of like it's one of those sayings where you made your bed, now lie in it. He was feeling himself. He moved up 2 weight classes, stuck around, fought 2 contrasting styles, Paulie Malignaggi, a light puncher, and then a true power puncher at welterweight, which is Marcos Maidana, and it didn't pan out for him. So it's kind of like he's a little bit pigeonholed, because now if he moves back down, then it looks like he is running. I mean, he's like, oh, damn, like I got the brakes beat off me at 47, so I'm moving back down. So he may have bit off more than he could chew, but I think he'd be more successful at 140 or 147. Or if he does stay at welterweight fight, I don't even think he should fight Maidana immediately. I think he needs to regain some confidence, go back to the drawing board, get a feel for a solid, all-around solid welterweight, not necessarily the upper echelon top guys, and really rediscover himself. That's my opinion. So a fight like Josecito Lopez, who was kind of shaky in his last fight with Mike Arnautis, I think that would be a good fight for him, to put someone in front of him who has heart, has a chin, is not going to give up, and will really be able to see where Broner is at welterweight, because Josecito Lopez is always a game opponent. I mean, he's fought Canelo. Obviously, he was out of his league on that one. He's fought Marcos Maidana at 47, another power puncher. So I'd like to see and dissect how Broner would deal with somebody who's kind of middle of the road, just tough, a warrior, fans like him, and he's kind of trying to build his fight career back, and he's on the comeback trail for himself. So I think a solid, just a real solid, all-around solid guy. Some people are also saying Michael Katsidis. I mean, I think Katsidis is past it. I don't know if I would want to see it. I'd rather see, like I said, Josecito Lopez or somebody who's middle of the road, as opposed to Pacquiao or Maidana or, you know what I mean, Keith Thurman, one of the upper echelons, for Broner's sake. Because again, in the sport of boxing, if you get dealt with and have back-to-back-to-back losses, or back-to-back losses, even 2 in a row, is shunned and frowned upon. So I think his handlers and him, they can exercise the immediate rematch, but they better make for damn sure they win that fight, and not only win it convincingly, because he can't really afford another close encounter, if you will. The Paulie Malignaggi fight, very close. Paulie Malignaggi was really game, throwing a high volume of punches. His work rate was up, and he was hitting Broner. It just, he didn't have the power to stop Broner per se. And then Broner didn't come on, didn't really let his hands go till the mid to late rounds, and that's where I think Paulie started to decline, and maybe fatigue, or maybe some of the body punches or the punches started to catch up. So that, then you fought Marcos Maidana and were annihilated, in my opinion, and got knocked down twice, etc. Some people on my channel are saying the fight was way closer. I think maybe you're thinking with your heart, but that shit was not close at all. That's like saying the Saints game yesterday was close with the Seahawks. That shit wasn't close. Even though the Saints in the third quarter got on the board and edged the gap or whatever for a short period of time, it still wasn't a close game because the Seahawks had a comfortable lead. Or saying the Pats and Colts game was close. That shit, those aren't close games, and the Broner Maidana was not a close fight. Speaking of football, just to get off track a little bit, my Niners play in a minute, so wish them luck, wish them hate, whatever you decide to do. I can't wait. So we'll see against the Carolina Panthers. Shout out to the people from Carolina. Hate to disappoint, but looks like we got to beat you. Back to Broner. I'm just really looking forward to seeing what his next move is. He says he likes his corner and he's not making any changes, but he needs to make some changes, and I think a lot is in the mental department. He needs to figure out what he wants to do. You can't clown around and joke around with these guys. A lot of these people are killers, and they want what you have. You have fame for acting foolish. They don't even have fame, and they're taking on tough tests and shit like that. So, it's really my thoughts. In the last video, I also talked about boxing being a business, and whether we like it or not, that's the fact. It just is what it is. That's the fact. I don't think the Adrian Broner versus Marcos Maidana rematch is a bad fight. Like I said, a lot of people said it was fight of the year, and they thoroughly enjoyed it. Why not see it again, especially if there's a rematch clause? And then you get some radical fans who are like, the rematch clause is bullshit. How the fuck do you know? Were you in the room when they were signing contracts? Are you Richard Schaefer? Are you Robert Garcia? Cameron Duncan? How the fuck would you know? And that's the crazy thing about boxing fans. Some people get a little bit overzealous and over the top and start spewing out things. At the end of the day, I don't believe everything I hear, but until you have some type of logic to dispute it, it doesn't really make sense to be like, oh, the rematch clause doesn't exist when you weren't present to really counteract that or say that it didn't exist. So that's one thing. And like I said, boxing is a business. Broner doesn't deserve a rematch, but based on boxing politics and the money a rematch would generate, it'll happen. And I think it's a good fight. The first fight was a good fight. So I've seen far worse things in the sport of boxing, and some people want to force words and opinions on my mouth. I state it. I know what I say because I'm there when I say it, and I state everything that I want to say pretty eloquently and pretty fluid. I never said I was okay with boxing politics or boxing as a business, but it's a fact. Just like Pacquiao and Mayweather may never fight. That's a fact. These things are facts, and that's all because of business. So I never once took a side or took a stance and said, yeah, the Broner rematch must happen. Broner's earned it. I haven't said that because I don't feel that. But I know it's a good fight, and it's a fight that generates money. So why are people complaining? And if Broner went down in weight, then people will complain. They say, oh, he's ducking Maidana. But if he sticks around and forces and exercises the rematch clause, then you're saying he doesn't deserve it. So again, you can't please everybody. Someone's always going to find some reason to fucking complain no matter what. Like I said, if he moves down in weight, they say he's ducking Maidana. He don't want no parts of Maidana in the rematch. If he stays and says, hey, I'm a warrior, I can beat this guy, he out-hustled me, and I want to fight him, now you're complaining, oh, Marcos Maidana never got a rematch with Khan. That has nothing to do with Broner. Broner probably, I don't even know if he was really a star when Maidana and Khan fought. So that has nothing to do with him. He can't control that if Amir Khan never gave him a rematch or whatever. Plus, I don't know if he had a rematch clause since Amir Khan was the bigger star. So it is what it is. And like I said, I don't see the reason for the complaint based on the fact that there's been far, far worse things. I've seen many of fights that there should have been a rematch. Juan Carlos Burgos versus Rocky Martinez. I think Juan Carlos Burgos beat Rocky Martinez, but the judges scored it a draw, and he was able to retain and keep his belt. And then they didn't give him a rematch. Went on to put together a bigger money fight, which was Mikey Garcia versus Rocky Martinez, Puerto Rico versus Mexico. So I could think of fights all day where a rematch should have taken place. Carlos Burgos, Luis Galazzo versus Ricky Hatton. There's a ton of fights where there should have been a rematch. The person showed great, great tenacity or whatever game plan, and we may not get a rematch based on boxing politics. And sometimes the camps don't want those fights. Like, damn, that was a tough fight. I don't want to. I don't want to fuck with this dude anymore. We barely, narrowly escaped with the victory. Let's just leave that chapter and move on to a bigger, better money match. So it happens. I just don't think it's a horrific fight. Don't think he deserves it, but don't think it's a bad fight. Let me know what you think. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.